The world needs your creations. Today we're talking about you plus creation, and this is also a video log of me writing my book. I'm actually going through editing the first draft right now, but the chapter we're talking about is the third chapter I wrote, which is you plus creation. Because yeah, the world may not care directly what you do, but there's a lot of people out there who stand to benefit a lot from the things that you create. The formula that is you plus creation. So that's kind of what we're talking about today. And I want to lead it off with a quote that I wrote a few months ago, which is this, or a quote that I wrote, just something I said. I guess that's how it works. But it's this. I'm an introvert by nature, but man, there are moments when I see someone put their soul into the world, and I love it. I absolutely love it, and I'm here to urge that person to keep going. The world needs your creations, and if not the world, then I do. Go fuck some shit up. That's what I said. That's what I tweeted. That's what I'm saying to you now. The world actually needs your things. Or if not the world, then I do, okay? And in general, the people who create things, or at least choose to create something, even though you could choose not to, those people are of great value to the world because a lot of people choose not to. And we're not going to really get too far into where we are today. We wouldn't have got here if we didn't have those people choosing to create stuff. And in general, I do believe that humans are built to create things. I'm documenting this video right now. I'm writing in my book, and I'm trying to be a good proponent of creating things as I talk and write about it, so I can also learn how to advocate for it better, or where maybe my thinking is wrong, because I'm sure not everything I think is right first time around. But um, I mean, the sense of creating things is something that is also deeply fulfilling. If it's not just you creating things for other people, it actually is a very good selfish outlet too. Because when you're creating something, you can get lost. It's a lot easier to be fulfilled in something a bit challenging or something you're interested in than it is to be fulfilled when you're sitting on the beach. Now, a few things I want to go over before I end this video. What is the goal of creating things? Why should you care to create? And when do you create stuff? So I think those are important questions. How do you create stuff and what do you create is also an important question. But those are the things I want to go over real quick, and then we'll end this video off. This is again taken from my book. I've written about it, 60,000 words about creation and curiosity, and I'm working on editing it now. If you want to stay tuned for that, go to frickit.net. There's a bunch of stuff over there. Now, first question, which is, what is the goal of creating things? And we're going to take a water break. Sorry. I'm trying to do this in one take because I don't really have the means to edit this footage, so I'm sorry. But what is the goal of creating things? So, to me, the goal is pretty simple. The goal of creating things is just to create things. There doesn't need to be an external goal. There can be, that has a lot of power to help you push through or devote yourself to something. But in general, the goal is just to be in that process of creating things. It's simple. Now, why should you care to be in this process? Why should you care to create things? Well, that's kind of different. I think there's a lot of different reasons you could put for why. Everyone's why may be different. But in general, I think the first thing is to get those what if thoughts out of your head. I think we all have those. What if I did this? What if I did that? Well, most people don't follow the what if. They don't go with the curiosity to see what could happen. And if you want to create things, you're going to out you're going to get out a lot of what ifs. And you're going to sort things out and have more experience with reality, which in turn is a good why, a good reason to, create stuff, because it'll give you more leverage and more data to sort through and make a better life, to create a fun, enjoying, fulfilling life. Um, the best way to put this, or my favorite way, is a wise man once said, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. So the reason you may want to create something is because you want to create something cooler and better later. So you have to break some eggs. Now, kind of running out of breath. Probably like one person watches to this point of the video, anyways. But when do you create stuff? Well, well, that's a good question. But maybe the better question is, when do you not create stuff? Because creating stuff, I mean, it's gonna be all the time. You probably should be creating stuff even when you don't feel like it. But the best way or reason to create things is just when you can. That's when you create stuff. I mean, I wrote a bunch more on it, but we'll just leave it at that. Follow your curiosity. That'll help you create a lot more stuff. What do you create? How do you create? It doesn't really matter anything. And how you create is really up to you. I mean, there's no prescription for these questions, and the best answer is really found through just trying and failing and breaking some eggs. So I'm going to leave it there for today. This video is kind of long, kind of choppy, kind of out of breath, and there'll be a better video tomorrow. Peace.